Legend of Zelda has been one of the biggest franchises for the last 25 years, and let me tell you, this game does not disappoint. Might I even add, it raises the bar. This game is a prequel to the entire franchise. You are 1,000 years before the events of Ocarina of Time. Link, the main protagonist, lives on Skyloft, a floating city in the sky. The people of Skyloft believe that there is nothing below them. Also, every civilian has their own giant bird. A sudden storm sent Zelda crashing down to the land, and Link must go save her. That is the beginning of the adventure. Finding Zelda is not a simple task, because once you arrive on Earth, you have a great mission ahead of you. The story is great, and since it's a prequel, it's really cool to learn how Hyrule came to be created. A cool thing to notice is the many references to previous Zelda titles. For example, did anyone notice Zelda's father is called Gaebora? I really love the characters in the game. Groose was, well, just gruesome. Nah, I'm kidding. I actually enjoyed his personality. Link feels more humane because you can decide some of his text. It doesn't change the direction of the game depending on what you say, but it is still nice to choose your own answer. Also, the complicity between Zelda and Link was magical. For once, it actually felt like Zelda and Link were a real couple. Next up, let's talk about the controls. The controls use the Wii Motion Plus, which you will have to buy if you don't have one. On the positive note, the controls are better than those of Twilight Princess. In Twilight Princess, all you had to do was shake the remote and Link would swing his sword. In this game, it actually requires precision. An actual swing is required to attack and the enemies will actually block your attacks. You have to swing your sword in a specific manner. For this, the controls weren't responsive enough. When I would thrust, I would do a diagonal slash, and when I would raise my Wiimote for the Skyward strike, my sword wouldn't go perfectly up. This happened too many times, and it became bothersome because I could not land a hit on my enemy when I should have. There are many new features in this game. First off, you have the Goddess Cubes. These cubes are sent to the sky when you use the Skyward strike on the cube. When you go back into the sky, you will see a chest on your map on one of the floating islands. Since the sky acts as your hub world, this is an interesting feature, and it gives you a reason to explore the sky. Another feature was dowsing. It worked, but I didn't enjoy it all that much. Dowsing is when you use your sword as a radar in order to find something. For example, you're searching for Zelda, you douse, or you're searching for a specific place you have to go, you use the dowsing ability. You use this feature very often. Most of the time, I would just go watch a walkthrough in order to know where to go as opposed to actually spend my time dowsing. As in every Zelda game, you have a dungeon. And let me tell you, the dungeons do not disappoint. The dungeons are long, but very fun, and you need to think, which gives it just the right difficulty. A thing I liked about the dungeons is you could save at these statues, and I personally found the method of saving was much more efficient compared to previous games. Mainly because you can save and stop playing in the middle of the dungeon, and when you come back to your game, you're at the same area where you left, instead of being at the beginning of the dungeon like previous titles. Also, these statues work for teleportation, which saves time. Items you acquire in the game work well and are really cool. I thought the beetle was cool, and you have to use it in almost every dungeon. To continue, when you were to go onto land, you weren't yet at the dungeon. Getting to your dungeon felt like I was doing a mini dungeon. Just to get to your dungeon takes effort, which made it really fun, and it wasn't difficult. It was just the right challenge for me. The graphics are beautiful. They resemble a mixture between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. From afar, it looked like a beautiful water paint. The style's vivid colors give it a certain uniqueness and a charm that I love. The charm and personality of every single character was reflected in the graphical style and their designs. The soundtrack was absolutely beautiful. It was recorded with an orchestra and band, which made it a symphony of delight. And for those who actually buy this game, it comes with a CD, and the CD does not disappoint. The CD contains tracks that were performed live at the Zelda Symphony concert. All in all, this is one of the greatest Wii titles out there, which is a must-buy, even if you have to fork over an extra $20 to get the Wii Motion Plus. It's definitely worth it. To conclude, this game gets a 9 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to show your support.